Hey, before we get started, I just want to recognize today's date. I know there's a lot of families affected from 9/11. It's an important day, so I just want to, raise awareness and recognize those who may have been affected.
When you look back at the tape from Seattle, just what are your takeaways on your performance in particular? And what are some things you think you should improve on?
Yeah, it was a great game of learning, a great growing game. I think the film was positive. You get back and you see that there were opportunities, and just got to capitalize in a few more areas.
But when you watch like the back shoulder to Josh at the end of the first half and the slant to Cortland, do you kind of take some of those good moments and say, hey, this can be more consistent there? Like, is that encouraging to you?
No, absolutely. Yeah, those moments were critical in the game. They provided points and big opportunities. We our two-minute drives actually turned into 10 points, so that's really important throughout a game. We just got to find ways to do that the rest of the time. But I thought, that's a good point. That was a critical catch to Josh before half for 3 points, and then, the slants to Cortland and Josh on that drive were huge for a touchdown.
Well, how much of a challenge do you see going against the rugged defense of the Steelers, and you got T.J. Watt out there? How do you kind of look at that?
Well, it's definitely a challenge. They have great players. They've been a great defense for a long time, and so I got a lot of respect for them. Going to be fun playing them, for the first time and seeing what it's like.
How excited are you just for the home opener? I asked you about people coming last week. You have more coming since it's at home.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I been looking forward to this since the draft, but excited to play a game at home. I'm excited not to travel this week. It's going to be a good home opener.
What's the key to throwing wide receivers open, especially at this level when the windows are so much tighter?
Well, I think it's all being on the same page and knowing where those wide receivers are going to be, and then at the same time you got to know where the defense is going to be. So it's kind of a mix and match of be where they aren't and throw with anticipation, and sometimes anticipation can get you in trouble. So you definitely got to know the right times to use it and when to when it can be effective, and the right times are those guys are going to be running through that window.
Well, you were clocked as the second fastest ball carrier on that 23-yard run in the NFL. Do you think that's something that you can really utilize even more, that speed? Do you think that's underrated?
Yeah, I think it's it's a strength, and it can be used at the right times. And kind of like in the game, you have that opportunity and you make the most of it. I didn't know it would be quite that fast, but that's good to see. And it's all the hard work in the off season. We train speed, we train athleticism. That's part of the gift that us quarterbacks can play with if we can use our legs. That's tough on defenses.
Well, was there anything that surprised you, even in the smallest little bit, about being out there for a full game, real-time game speed, etc.?
Well, I wasn't surprised by it because it's how we operate throughout the week. But we were very efficient. With the play calls in the huddle, we were running the right plays. We didn't let the crowd noise affect us. We got that one penalty down in the red zone that one time. We just got to be louder on the cadence. But I thought other than that, guys lined up correctly. We didn't have really mental errors. And on the road like that, that'll save you a lot of extra yards. So you just want to make sure you continue to do that. And it's not a surprise, like I said, because we're efficient in practice. But that was definitely one of the keys that we walked away with, being confident in.
Couple more for Bo. Bo, when you look at your guys' performance in the red zone, what do you think you guys feel like could have done better, had more success in that area?
Well, I think just, kind of like the rest of the field, you got to do well on first and second down in the red zone. Cut down your third and manageables, third and short, and then when they're there in the red zone, you just got to hit them, and sometimes it's running it in, sometimes it's making a play, it's extending plays, and sometimes, you get a good schemed-up pass and you hit it in the end zone. So those are the things we're going to continue to work on because at the end of the day, the teams that separate are those that score in the red zone.
Coach talked about getting Marvin Mims more involved moving forward, doing the 12 times. How tough is it sometimes to get everyone involved, especially in one specific game?
It's something you got to be mindful of. It's definitely you got to do it throughout practice. You got to make it a point because the game can go on and you realize somebody hadn't got as many touches. That's just sometimes the flow of the game. But we're going to do a good job of getting our guys the ball, getting our playmakers touches, and then the rest of the time when the ball is dispersed, when it's spread out, we're just all going to do better and making plays. And I think it starts with me getting those guys the ball, knowing where guys are and how to involve everyone, and then when there are scramble opportunities, get those extra touches and extra yards in.